Hey guys, welcome back to Canada Top to Bottom. Well, the big news, Express Entry has resumed. There has been another Express Entry draw at last. The good news and the bad news. The good news is, hey, Express Entry's restarted, but mainly to apply for Canadian permanent residents. I'm not entirely sure, should have checked, whether that's a record for Canadian immigration, but it's certainly far more than they've offered for a long, long time. 4,750 was what they offered on the previous draw. And of course, the previous draw was on November the 23rd of last year. So between June and November of last year, every second Wednesday, they were doing an Express Entry draw. And the number of people they were taking generally was increasing with every draw. And the CRS cutoff score was coming down. Great news. Suddenly, they just stopped. Sharon and I were sitting on the day they were supposed to do an Express Entry draw, thinking, okay, you don't seem to be doing one. And they didn't do one, and they kept not doing one. And they've suddenly, kind of out of nowhere, done one today. CRS cutoff score was back up to 507. So it had got down to 491 in November. And we were thinking, okay, if you're in the 480s, it's probably looking pretty good. Draws stopped. While the draws stop, the Express Entry pool isn't static. People join it, and they've got very good scores. And therefore, when they resume the draws after a break, the CRS cutoff score goes up. So I feel very sorry for those people who thought the Express Entry CRS score was coming down to them. We thought if you were in the 480s, you were weeks away from getting an invitation to apply for Canadian permanent residence. Sadly, that is not how it worked out. They paused the draws, they've come back, and although they've offered 5,500 invitations to apply, the CRS cutoff score has gone back up to 507. The good news, as I say, lots of invitations to apply for each draw. So if these draws continue, or they continue taking this number of people in each draw, that's great news. Also, there are less than 7,000 people with a CRS cutoff score of over 500. So if they keep doing these draws, the CRS cutoff score should start creeping back down towards where it was in November. One thing we haven't seen yet is any evidence of the targeted draws. So we talked, you'll find the video elsewhere on our channel. We talked about the fact that Express Entry is going to change in 2023. They're going to start doing targeted draws. It might be on geography, it might be on occupation, but there's no sign of them just yet. This was an all-program draw. That means everyone who's in the Express Entry pool is eligible for it. So, good news. Express Entry draws resume. They took 5,500 people, or offered 5,500 invitations to apply for Canadian permanent residence. Bad news, the CRS cutoff score has gone back up, and we don't know how long these draws will keep coming, or even whether there'll be another one before they start doing targeted Express Entry draws. And there's not that much clarity yet on what those targeted Express Entry draws will look like. But check out our video for our best guess. We keep a pretty close eye on these things. And congratulations to everyone who was offered an invitation to apply today, and we will be back as soon as we hear about any more draws. So well done if you got drawn. Stick with it if you didn't. We were in that pool for ages and we finally got here. So stick with it.